In today's headlines, we find that The Guardian deleted Osama bin Laden's letter to America after it went viral on TikTok. A spokesperson for the UK outlet said the transcript published on our website 20 years ago has been widely shared on social media without the full context. Therefore, we have decided to take it down and direct readers to the news article that originally contextualized it instead. So let's go check out that article. It has the headline, Osama issues new call to arms, and it says a chilling new message from Osama bin Laden is being circulated among British Islamic extremists, calling for attacks on civilians and describing the Islamic nation as eager for martyrdom. Details of the 4,000-word letter from the terrorist leader emerged as the British government issued its strongest warning yet last night that attacks by bin Laden's al-Qaeda organization on the UK are inevitable. So basically, rather than allow people to read a letter to America themselves, they want to redirect people to an article that will tell them what they should think about the letter. So it seems like what they wanted readers to take away from a letter to America is that there is this terrorist organization that is coming to attack you. However, once the letter went viral and people weren't focusing on that, they weren't contextualizing it in that way, they needed to take it down. Well, what was the takeaway that people on TikTok were gathering from the letter when they read it themselves? It says, among the takeaways people are discussing on TikTok, bin Laden's statement that September 11, 2001 happened because of America's support of Israel. They threw hundreds of thousands of soldiers against us and have formed an alliance with the Israelis to oppress us and occupy our land. That was the reason for our response on the 11th. So why did a letter to America suddenly go viral? Why are there content creators on social media encouraging their viewers to go and read the letter themselves? Why are they saying that they are fundamentally changed and their eyes are open and it's having such a huge impact on them? What's the reason? The reason is not because they are supporters of Osama bin Laden or al-Qaeda or of terrorists. It's because they are realizing how blatantly misinformed they were. How they were led to believe that these people, they just hate us and they just want to kill us. It has nothing to do with any sort of foreign policy situation. It has nothing to do with anything we've ever done or could ever do. They just hate us because basically they're animals and they want to wipe us out and we need to be scared of them. We need to fight them first. That was like the overall vibe of what everyone was fed. However, now that the media doesn't have such a stronghold on everyone's perception, on everyone's contextualization of what's going on, and people are seeing what's happening right now to the Palestinians, they're becoming informed regarding that whole history between the state of Israel and Zionism and the U.S. support of Israel and Zionism, and how the Palestinians are being killed and they're suffering, and so many thousands of children, innocent civilians, are being mercilessly bombed and killed. Now they're waking up and they're seeing a whole new perspective about what's actually going on and what part we're playing in what's going on in a place like Palestine. And this isn't to justify or support or defend anyone like Osama bin Laden or al-Qaeda, because that's, again, not what this is about. But this is just about the blatant lies that we're told. Why hasn't this always been the focus? Why wasn't this always brought to our attention? That these people, they're not just attacking us because they just hate our freedom, which we always heard over and over and over again, but rather the horrific atrocities that the Palestinians are suffering right now and have been for decades, obviously is going to breed resentment, to say the least. And due to the American government's seemingly undying and unconditional support of the state of Israel, this makes the United States directly involved in this whole situation. So the reason why this letter is having such a profound effect on people is not because they support what happened on 9/11. It's not because they support Osama bin Laden or al-Qaeda or anything like that. So don't let people twist this conversation to make it seem like people are supporting any of those things. But rather, the reason this is having such an impact on people is because they are realizing for the first time just how much they've been lied to, how misled they have been, and how much they have been manipulated when it comes to situations like what's happening in Palestine that now, for the first time, they can truly see.